I don't know how else to word it that way. Let's talk about the need for some volunteers right now.
Yeah, so our hunter education program is a big part of what we do, and it's run almost entirely on volunteer effort. We rely on volunteers to help us teach courses and bring new hunters into the field. And as a volunteer program, it requires a lot of participation from community. So we're really looking for people who are interested to help us in our hunter education and our bow hunter education programs.
So if you're interested in doing this, what kind of background do you have? What do you need to do to bring to the table?
Yeah, so anyone with experience in hunting and bow hunting is encouraged to apply. We're especially looking for people who have a strong sense of ethics and a good understanding of what goes into hunting and in teaching new people how to do that. So anyone with interest again is encouraged to apply. We are looking for people who of all backgrounds, but someone who is willing to pass on their knowledge and their traditions to the next generation of hunters.
I know this is one of those things that sounds like it's going to be a commitment, but I know you've had a lot of people over the years, once they start doing this, 30, sometimes 40 years later, they're still teaching these classes. It obviously gets in your blood, and it must be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, some of our instructors have been teaching for a long time, have been teaching for 40 plus years, if you can imagine that. So it's a really rewarding program because one, it helps bring new hunters into the field, but it also gives people a chance to develop some camaraderie with other hunters in the sport. Especially if you're new to hunting, it provides some support that way. It's also just a satisfying thing to bump into students that you've happened to teach years ago, and they share their success stories with you. It's a big plus for these instructors.
All right, so I'm interested in doing this, or somebody's watching this is interested in doing it. What do they have to do? Yeah,
so if you live in the Bozeman area and you're interested in applying, and again, especially we're looking for bow hunter education instructors too, we'd encourage you to call 406-577-7891. We'll get you set up with an application. There's some process that goes with that, some training that happens as well. And so once you get through that, we encourage you to set up classes and start teaching.
That's perfect. Again, Morgan Jacobsen joining us this morning, an opportunity to participate in the tradition of hunting in Montana in a very special way. Morgan, thank you very much. And that's This Week in Fish and Wildlife.
This Week in Fish and Wildlife was sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places.